Hey guys, it's Elyse and welcome to today's full body cozy stretch. Today we'll be slowing things down and moving through a full body yoga style stretch. No equipment is needed for today except for yourself and your mat, but if you do have some props such as a yoga block or a strap, you are more than welcome to incorporate those into your practice today. Hop into something comfy and let's get started. Starting our cozy full body stretch by making your way down to our mats. You're going to find a comfortable seat, so whether that be sitting on your heels, seated cross-legged, sitting on a block, really just whatever feels good for you here. And allow yourself to just close off the eyes, roll the shoulders back and down, and grow tall through the crown of the head to find length in the spine. As you begin to feel your sit bones or your shins, the tops of your feet, ground down into the earth. As you continue to find length through the crown, turning inwards and bringing some awareness to your breath and just noticing as the air enters and flows in and exits to flow out. Gently opening up the eyes. On your next inhale, you're going to bring your hands up above your head and stay for the exhale. Clasping those hands together, bring the palms of the hands up towards the sky so you're finding that full stretch here through the spine, opening up through the rib cage. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, you're going to lean towards the right side of the room. Big breath in and big breath out. So continuing to find length here, really opening up through that side body, feeling that space between your ribs and really breathing into that space. Staying for 2 more breaths. Last one, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Now stay for your next inhale, and on your exhale, float your way back through center. Big inhale through center, and exhale, begin to tilt, leaning over to the left side of the room. Big breath in, and a big breath out. So not collapsing down into that side of the rib cage here, but rather finding length as you lean and find that gentle curve through the spine. Continue to reach through those palms, 2 breaths. Last breath. Stay for the inhale. And on your exhale, make your way back through center. Big breath in. And exhale, allow those arms to float down by your sides. Good, roll the shoulders back and down. Inviting a little bit of movement into the shoulder girdle. Good, and then rolling those shoulders forward. Beautiful. Now staying in your seat, if you want to switch things up, if you've been sitting on your heels and you want to sit cross-legged, you can switch things up for sure. You're going to reach up nice and tall, and we're going to work through a upper fibers of trap stretch. So just gently bringing your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Now if this is enough, you're more than welcome to stay here. If you wish, you can add a little tiny bit of pressure, just the weight of your hand, by bringing your right hand to the side of your face. So we don't want to be pushing our head down towards the ground, but rather just using the weight of our hand to gently apply a little tiny bit of pressure here. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. If you're using your hand, just gently remove it and bring it down to the side. And then lift your head up through center. Good, give those shoulders a little bit of a roll. And moving to the other side. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Working through our U of T stretch. Option here to stay where you are, or bring that hand in, place it on the side of your face, side of your head. Gently feel the weight of that hand. Pull your ear just a little bit closer to your shoulder. As you open up through the side of the neck, and down into the top of the shoulder. Big breath in, and big breath out. Gently releasing that hand, and bring your head back up through center. Good, again, rolling those shoulders back and down. Very nice. Now we're gonna take our knees nice and wide, and we're gonna find an extended child's pose. So straddling the mat, you're gonna extend your arms out nice and long here. And your big toes can be touching, or your feet can be a little bit wider apart. It really doesn't matter here. And you're just gonna relax your forehead down to the floor, finding length through your back and reaching those fingertips up towards the top of your mat. Really trying to sit those hips back onto those heels, allowing those shoulders to roll forward. Taking 3 deep breaths here. Last big breath in. Good, on your next inhale, you're gonna press yourself up to a tabletop position. So just shifting your weight up into those palms, walking the hands underneath the shoulders, and then bringing the knees so that they're parallel, about hip width apart. So finding that tabletop position, working through a couple of cat-cows here, just to limber up through the spine. Inhale, lengthen your belly, flick the tailbone up, lift your gaze. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the tailbone under as you tuck your chin in towards your chest. Inhale, lengthen the belly, find your arch, lift the head up and out of the shoulders. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round the spine, and feel your shoulder blades separate from one another. Last time, inhale down through cow. Exhale, round through cat. Coming down through neutral spine here. So neck is neutral, the pelvis, the spine, everything is nice and aligned, nice and neutral. From here, we're gonna take the knees wide, so to either edge of your mat. You're gonna place your right hand in the center of your mat. From here, we're gonna open up, so left fingertips reaching up towards the sky as you peel that shoulder blade back to a tabletop twist. Opening that chest up towards the sky, taking a big breath in. And on your exhale, you're gonna thread that left hand underneath your body and come to rest on the outside of your left shoulder. So coming into a little modified puppy here, so bum is still in the air. Option to stay where you are, or begin to walk your fingertips of the right hand up towards the top of your mat as you rest your left cheek down onto your mat. Feeling that stretch through the back of the shoulder. Let's stay for 2 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Begin to walk those fingertips back in so you can prop yourself up. And gently unwind, maybe coming into a little counter twist before releasing that left hand to the mat. Good. Moving through the other side. The left hand is going to come nice and center. Right arm is going to peel up, extending up towards the sky. So you roll that shoulder blade back and open your heart, lift your chest up towards the sky. Take a big breath. And on your exhale, thread that right hand under the body and come to rest on the outside of that right shoulder. Now again, option to stay here. You can stay propped through that left hand or begin to walk those fingertips up towards the top of your mat and just gently resting the side of your head down on the floor. Two breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. In through the nose and out through the nose. Slowly begin to walk those fingertips back in and gently press yourself up. Option to come into that counter stretch here for just a moment before coming back through center. Beautiful. Bring those knees back in and find your tabletop position. So before moving into our next sequence, just tuck the toes under, take a big breath in, and on your exhale, you're gonna press back to downward facing dog. Hips come up into the sky as you draw the belly in, backs are nice and long, pressing the heels down into the floor. Now if you don't quite have that length here, that flexibility through the back of the legs, that is totally okay. You're more than welcome to have a little bend through those knees. And then just gently pedal it out side to side. Finding that stretch along the posterior chain. Beautiful. Dig both heels down into the earth. On your inhale, press your way up into your palms, finding a high plank. And on your exhale, drop your knees, untuck your toes, and walk your hands in. Good. Grabbing a quick sip of water if you need it. And we're gonna make our way down onto our bellies next. So slowly making your way down into a prone position on your belly, untucking your toes, and placing your forehead on the mat. Good, so we're gonna get started by extending our left arm out to the side, so coming in for a half T. Your right hand is going to stay propped on the side of your body here, just ahead of your right shoulder. You're going to bend your right knee and then begin slowly using your right hand, pushing onto your left hip, and then bringing that right leg over for a broken wing. Now those toes can touch down on the ground beneath you, or your leg might be in the air. Either way works here. Opening up through the pec. Now if you're looking for a little bit of a deeper stretch, you can always bend that elbow 90 degrees and you'll find a little bit of a more intense stretch through the pec muscle. Staying for 2 breaths. Last inhale, big exhale, and slowly begin to unwind and make your way back down. Good. Now keep that right knee bent and bring your left arm underneath your forehead to create a little pillow. Your right arm is going to windmill back, grab a hold of the top of your right foot, and draw the heel in towards your bum. So finding this prone quad stretch here. Pressing that right hip forward as you find length through the front of that right quad. You're trying to get that right knee as close down to the mat as you can. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Gently release your foot back down to the floor. And place the hands on either side of the chest, or you can bring them both underneath your forehead. Your right leg is going to come up alongside your body here into a half frog, so just gently guiding that knee, gliding it up towards the side of your rib cage. As you just settle into your half frog. So this might be a really novel position for some people. For others, it might be the way that you sleep. So it might be something that you experience quite often. Really working into the hip here, into the groin. Now allowing yourself to really just relax into it. Know that the mat is supporting you. Take one last big deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Keeping your knee exactly where it is, you're gonna prop yourself up onto your forearms. Now from here, it's gonna get a little tricky, so listen carefully. You're going to take your left arm and you're gonna thread it underneath your right. So similar to our thread the needle earlier from tabletop, you're gonna thread it under. Now from here, you're gonna begin to roll over onto that left hip once again. And then that right arm is gonna come and land in a T position. So now we've just rolled into a single leg supine twist. Right leg is up and over the body here. Feeling that twist, that torsion in the spine. And really making sure that both shoulder blades are pulled down into the mat beneath you. Softening the hips, the rib cage. Option here to take your gaze over your right shoulder if that feels good, and looking down towards your right fingertips. Staying for one more breath. Good, beginning to slowly unwind, so rolling back towards that left hip, unwinding to come back onto your belly, and slowly release that right leg back down. Good. Pressing the hands to either side of your chest, you're gonna squeeze those elbows in towards your rib cage and take your legs out to a slight V. Press the tops of your feet down into the mat to slightly lift the kneecaps up off the floor, engage the legs and the glutes. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades to slightly lift the chest, grow a little tall through the crown of the head, baby cobra. Exhale, release, forehead to mat. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, slight lift of the chest, baby cobra. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale, maybe we hover the palms. And exhale, release. Good. Now go ahead and extend that right arm out to the side this time. We're coming into our broken wing, repeating that sequence on the other side. Left knee is going to bend to draw that heel in towards your glutes. From here, prop yourself onto that left hand and begin to roll onto that right hip, opening up through the right side of the chest this time. Maybe those toes touch down on the floor. Maybe your leg is up in the sky. Perhaps your toes are even landing onto a block. Option here to increase the intensity of the stretch through the chest, through the pec muscle, by just bringing that elbow to a 90 degrees, palm down to the floor. Relaxing the side of your face down to the mat. Staying for 2 breaths. Last big breath in. And a big breath out. Slowly beginning to unwind, coming back down onto your belly. Keeping that left leg bent. You're gonna bring your right arm to create that pillow underneath your forehead this time. Left arm is going to windmill back and grab a hold of that left foot. Draw the heel in towards your glutes as you find that quad stretch. So really engaging the quads here by pressing that right hip bone down in towards the floor. You're gonna feel like your knee is lifting up away from the ground. Try to keep everything as close and parallel to the floor as possible. Really maximizing that stretch to the front of the thigh here. Taking a big breath in. And a big breath out. Gently releasing that left foot. And either bring your hands out to the side underneath to create that pillow. Go ahead and begin gliding that left knee up towards the side of your body here, finding that half frog. So again, just opening up through that hip here. Trying to bring that knee up in towards the armpit. And just gently relaxing through the back of the neck. Relaxing that forehead down onto the mat, maybe onto a block. Or you've stacked your forearms, you can rest on those. Taking 2 breaths, in through the nose, and out through the nose. Last big breath in, and a big breath out. Good. This time again, propping yourself up onto those elbows. Take your time, nice and slow, there's no rush. And we're gonna find that little twist. So from here, you're gonna take your right hand this time, thread it underneath your left arm, and begin to roll onto that right shoulder, that right hip, placing that left arm in a nice big T beside you, and coming into that single leg twist. So left leg is just draped over the front of the body here. Keeping both shoulder blades flat, flushed down towards your mat. And you can either keep your gaze up or gaze to the left, reaching towards those left fingertips. Taking a big breath in. And a big breath out. Last breath. And let that go. Unwinding slowly, making your way back down onto your belly. And gently releasing that left leg down to meet your right. Hands are going to come down to either side of the chest. So we're going to move through 3 rolling cobras again. So place the hands next to the chest, squeeze the elbows in towards the rib cage, and engage the shoulders. Option for baby cobra, or pressing all the way up to the palms this time, full cobra. Here we go. Inhale, squeeze and lift. Exhale, peel it down, forehead to mat. Inhale, squeeze to lift. And exhale, peel down, forehead to mat. Last inhale, baby cobra or full cobra. Find length through the crown. Exhale, peel down, forehead to mat. Good. On your next inhale, bring yourself up to tabletop position. And stay for the exhale. Make sure that your knees are about hip width apart. Tuck those toes under. Take a big breath in. And on your exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Just pedaling out through those feet side to side. There's no rush. You are exactly where you need to be, right here, right now. Taking this time for yourself, mind, body, and soul. Beautiful. Dig both heels down into the earth at the same time. Now from here, we're going to fly our right leg up into the sky for a 3-legged dog. So dial those toes down. Make sure those hips stay nice and square. From here, point your toes. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, bend the knee, bring it in towards the chest, and come to place the outside of your knee, your thigh, at the top of your mat, settling into your pigeon pose. Now we're gonna relax, untuck the toes of the back leg, and just check in. Make sure that you've got a straight line right behind you. That front right knee should be in line with the right hip socket. Growing nice and tall through the crown of the head. And the further along you are in your practice, practice, you can begin to move that heel away from the body, so bringing that shin parallel to the top of your mat. Option to stay right here, sitting up nice and tall, finding length, or perhaps beginning to hinge forward through the hips. Placing those forearms on the ground and perhaps relaxing forehead to mat. Now making sure that you're keeping those hips nice and square here. Take 3 deep breaths for me, in through the nose and out through the nose. Big inhale. And a big exhale. Last big inhale. And a big exhale. If you are hinged forward, you're going to slowly begin to make your way back up, finding a nice long spine. Growing tall one last time. Planting the hands on either side of that front right knee, tucking your left toes under, and in a swift movement, lifting that knee, sending your right leg back to meet your left, downward facing dog, to pedal it out. Perfect, heading into the other side, so dig both heels into the ground, feeling super grounded through this downward facing dog. Sending your left leg up to the sky this time for a 3-legged dog. Dial those toes down. Make sure the hips are nice and square as you squeeze your glute and find the length. Then go ahead and point the toes. Take a big breath in. On your exhale, bend the knees, scoop it under the belly and come to place the outside of the knee and the thigh on the floor. Untucking those back toes, checking in. Make sure you have a straight line behind you here, ankle in line with the hip bone. And then squaring off those hips, so really making sure the shoulders are on top of the hips here, finding length through the crown of the head. Now again, you have the option to stay right where you are. This is an awesome place to be. Or perhaps continuing to find length and beginning to hinge forward, walking those hands out towards the top of your mat. Perhaps resting the forearms on the floor. Maybe we're going to cross them one on top of the other. Maybe releasing the forehead to the mat. Very, very deep hip stretch here. Let's stay for 3 big long breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last big breath in. Fill the belly, fill the lungs. And clear that out. If you're hinged forward, just gently beginning to walk yourself back up. Finding that length once more here as you reach tall to the crown. Pulling the shoulders down and away from the face. Placing the hands to frame that knee. Tucking the right toes under. And in that one swift motion, lifting your right knee and sending your left leg to meet your right. Downward facing dog. Let's pedal it out. Beautiful. Dig both heels down into the earth one last time. On your inhale, press your weight up into your palms, finding that high plank. And on your exhale, drop the toes, or the knees, untuck the toes, and walk your hands in towards your body. Go ahead and roll those shoulders back and down. And we're gonna head down onto our backs. So you can go ahead and swing your legs around. Grab that quick sip of water if you need it. Even if you feel like you're not sweating and you're not breathing heavily, it's still really, really important to stay hydrated when you're stretching, as we are detoxifying the body, and we need to make sure we're keeping ourselves hydrated. So bring yourself down onto your back. You're gonna walk your heels in towards your glutes. And the knees, the feet, they're gonna be about hip width apart here. You're gonna take your right leg and cross it over your left, finding that figure four stretch. So moving into a little figure four, piriformis stretch, working through those glutes. You have the option to stay right here, maybe gently applying a little bit of pressure to the inside of the knee as you really open up that hip, finding that triangular shape within your leg. Or you can reach through, clasping the hands onto the back of the left hamstring. The left foot's gonna float up into the sky as you draw the knee in towards the chest. So really making sure here that the upper body is relaxed. We wanna make sure the shoulders are pulled down and away from the face, the back of the neck is long. And if you're looking for a little bit more, you can always flex your right foot, so send your energy out towards the left side of the room here. Energy coming out through the heel as you curl the toes in towards your right knee. Taking 2 deep breaths. Last big breath in. And a big breath out. Gently releasing everything back down to the mat, uncrossing your leg, and then just finding little windshield wipers side to side. Nice and easy. Beautiful. Coming back through center here. Heels are going to come in towards the heels once again, so just heels in towards the glutes. Taking your left leg over your right this time. Finding that figure four, that triangular shape. Option to apply just a little bit of pressure to the inside of that knee, thigh, or reaching through, clasping onto the back of the right hamstring and drawing the knee in towards the chest. So you should really be feeling this through the left glute here, up into the hip. And of course, the option to flex your left foot. So curling those toes up towards your left knee as you send your energy out through your heel to the right of you. Staying for 2 breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Gently releasing everything down to the mat as you uncross your leg and windshield wipe side to side. Excellent. Bringing those knees back through center. Heel toe your feet in so that they're touching. Take a big inhale as you sweep the hands up above your head. And on your exhale, bring those arms around. Knees are going to come in towards the chest. Grab a hold to either those shins or the back of your thighs, your hamstrings, and give yourself a nice big hug, perhaps lifting the shoulders up off the floor. And then just gently releasing everything down to the mat. Now heading into our final Shavasana. One of the most important poses of your practice, so please make sure you take the time to stay in your Shavasana for 5 to 10 minutes. Knees can be bent, feet flat on the floor. Perhaps you wish to take the feet a little bit wider and allow the knees to cave in, releasing any pressure along the side of the hips and through the low back. Perhaps you wish to bring the soles of the feet together and open up through a reclined butterfly. If you have some blocks, you can always pop a block underneath each knee to make this restorative. Really allow those knees, those hips to fold open. Or extending your legs out nice and long into that traditional corpse pose, allowing your hips, your knees, and your toes to roll out. Allowing your palms to be flipped up towards the sky. And just gently releasing those shoulders down and away from the face. Closing the eyes. And just taking the next few moments to come back to your breath. You know, we've been working with the breath this entire time. We're really just taking this moment to observe and notice as the breath enters in through the nostrils, travels down the back of the throat to fill the lungs and the belly, and then exhale, pushing that air out of the body, in through the nose. Big breath out through the mouth. Big breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Staying with your breath here. I invite you to really quiet the mind. If your thoughts begin to wander, that's okay. Just acknowledge that, acknowledge them, and simply bring yourself back into the present, into the now. Maybe doing a quick full body scan here and noticing how you're feeling after your stretch, after your practice. Noticing here if there's any areas of the body that you're still holding on to a little bit of tension, which is normal, we all have it. And with these next few breaths, I invite you to take nice deep inhales, and on your exhale, just sending that breath to whichever area of the body feels tight and feels tense, and allowing that tension to just melt away into the floor, into the earth, just letting go of what does not serve you right here and right now. At this time, you are more than welcome to hit pause on this video, come back down into your Shavasana, take as long as you need. Really just feeling grounded, feeling the support of the mat beneath you, and finding that state of calm, of peace, and relaxation. Or if you are ready to move forward with your day, to conquer your day, or maybe you're just heading to sleep. Whenever you're ready, just gently bringing some awareness back into the fingers and the toes by just giving them a little wiggle. Maybe circling the wrists and the ankles as we slowly begin to wake those bodies back up. Bringing your left arm up over your head, nice and slow. And as you bring the knees in towards the chest, just gently rolling over onto your left side. Perhaps cradling the head or resting your ear onto your bicep. And just taking a few moments for yourself before gently pressing yourself up to a seated position. There's really no rush here. Take your time. Finding a comfortable seat. Rolling your shoulders back and down, and finding that same length through the spine. Hopefully the body is feeling a little bit looser, a little bit more limber. Feel like things are flowing a little bit better. thank you so much for taking this time for yourself today. Let's take a big inhale together. Reach the palms up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the palms through heart center. Slightly bowing the head forward with gratitude. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys, for this cozy full body stretch. I hope you are feeling great, whether you are doing this first thing in the morning, I hope you're ready to conquer your day, feeling grounded, feeling ready to go, or if you're just heading to bed, then I hope you have a lovely sleep. Either way, thank you so much, guys. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already.